All right, joining us today on Pirate Radio Live, Dallas Cowboys team reporter Nicole Hutchison. Nicole, how you doing today?
Man, I'm good. Tired, but I'm good. Good, good, good.
Yeah,
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Same, just tired. It's that time of the year. Everything's picking up. Got basketball starting next week down here, so we're getting into the grind. But go ahead and start with Shavon Revel. The 21-day window opened a couple weeks ago. So how's his recovery been, and when can fans expect to see him on the field?
Man, and in due time. I mean, I know he's been itching to get back there. Honestly, since he got to Dallas, even in training camp, he was kind of like, itching to just be out there on the field with guys. But obviously, this coaching staff has done a really good job of making sure that, these guys are taking their time through rehab. 5 months ago, he said that, he finally knew what he was kind of signing himself up for, right? Getting drafted, obviously, third round, towards ACL in college. But he said that, walking after just a week of, surgery with Dr. Cooper was a blessing. So, yeah, I mean, he's feeling good. I know in practice last week, they did open his 21-day window. He was moving really well in position drills. He's been doing a lot of individual work as well on the side. Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's good to see him. I see him in passing all the time. He's been in good spirits, always been positive, and I know, even Shotty's been kind of mentioning that he wants to temper everybody's expectations because, again, they don't want to rush these guys out. But I can see, with the help that they need in the secondary, maybe, possibly, I don't know, the end of November, but I wouldn't rush it whatsoever.
Yeah, you mentioned the secondary there, kind of struggling a bit this season, to say it lightly. How big of an impact do you think he can have late in this season?
I mean, honestly, this team or this defense needs a lot more help than just the secondary. I mean, of course, this secondary unit has been bailed out by Michael Parsons. I mean, it gets underestimated of what a successful pass rush does for your back end of the defense, right? But I mean, you look back at the film from when he was at East Carolina. Savone, you talk about how he was a press man cover corner, but also a zone guy. But the impact that he made, against opposing quarterbacks is making those guys basically throw perfect. He can pin you over to the sideline. He's handsy. He's got a lot of length as well, so he can press you from maybe 3, 4, 5 yards away. But I mean, I don't know how much of an impact that can make when you have guys like Trayvon Diggs, who's now on IR. Deron Bland, of course, he's playing inside now, but there's a lot of backups. Kyer Elam, I'm sorry, he's been all right, but I don't think that he's kind of lived up to the standard. And now that's a mix of personnel, but it's also a mix of scheme. These guys, from what I've gathered in the locker room, is they are not really understanding what's being asked of them. So yeah, I think that whatever's going to help the secondary is going to start with that front defensive line.
Yeah, you mentioned the Micah Parsons trade. It's funny because I was thinking back to our conversation a few months ago, and we kind of just brushed it off like, he'll be playing.
Yeah.
Nothing really to look at there. And I was shocked to see the trade to the Packers. But Jay Glazer reported Sunday that Cowboys have made calls about Max Crosby, about Trey Hendrickson. And were those like serious conversations, or was it kind of just a feel out call?
It's funny because whenever I say that it's not going to happen, it ends up happening. So, I don't really know with this team, just because, you know, Jerry doesn't like to make everyone know what his cards are, right? And so that's the biggest thing. I know that there have been talks of needing help, but like I said, I mean, you need a lot of different guys to come in. You need a defensive lineman, you need some more linebackers, you need cornerbacks as well, safeties. I mean, they're down four of their top DBs right now, five DBs. So I mean, they need more help than Max Crosby, if you're being honest. But yeah, I mean, there's been some conversations within the building, of course, of how they can go about getting help, but they're going to need a lot more than just those first round picks to give up for sure.
Yeah, and I'll just say this: please, for the love of God, don't take Max Crosby from us Raider fans. It's already depressing enough. Don't take the face of the franchise. But you mentioned just everything the defense needs. It seems like with this team, every time Dak Prescott's playing his best football, he's not supported on the other end. I mean, he needs to be outside of the Denver game. He's playing absolutely phenomenal. It, I don't know. 10 years in, just
Yeah.
what is the outlook for the rest of Dak's career in Dallas?
Man, I don't know. I mean, they've obviously got him for quite some time, but I mean, you look at what he has done. I mean, leading the league and passing touchdowns at the top of the league and passing yards. But you know what's helped him? A run game. Hello, Javante Williams.
Yeah.
And those guys figuring out, Shoddy really coming in and saying, "Hey, we're going to run the football." But obviously it's complementary football that they've been looking for. This defense has got to play their part, and so once they figure those things out, then they'll be able to have some more success as a whole. But they've got Arizona coming into AT&T Stadium. Kyler Murray potentially going to be playing. He's undefeated in AT&T Stadium, so it's not going to get easier from there, especially with that long stretch that they have later in the year.
Yeah, I was looking at the schedule before I got on. It is Cardinals bye week, Raiders, and then I mean just a gauntlet of like Chiefs, Lions, and the Chargers
I will
are on
throw
there.
up. I'm
Yeah,
gonna throw up.
it doesn't look good, but Brian Schottenheimer's been kind of surprising. I kind of just wrote this season off like he'll just be a stopgap guy until a bigger name approaches. But how do you think the front office is feeling with Schottenheimer's coaching so far?
Man, they love him. They love him. I mean, because obviously you look at what he's done with the offensive side of the ball, right? He's got the pieces that he wanted in. Now, I don't know how much say he had in the defensive side of the ball, but I mean, you see what he's brought in terms of culture too, right? Not saying that George Pickens wasn't a uh, great attitude type of guy, just from of course what you're hearing from the Steelers. They didn't really so care for him too much, but just the camaraderie that he's built. I mean, these guys are really close. Like I talk to a lot of them every day, and they just talk about the fact that, like, of course, this stems back to Shoddy and everybody going to each other's family events and things like that. So I think they've been impressed with turning this culture around, but now it's just got to translate into wins.
Yeah, you mentioned George Pickens there, another surprising part of this team. Didn't really
Yeah.
expect much from him, but CD goes down and he steps up into that role kind of seamlessly. Do you think
Mhm.
a contract extension is going to come his way?
Hell, I hope so. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I mean, he stood out, in place of CD, third in the NFL right now in receiving yards. You talk about pretty much all of his catches have been for first downs. Like his ability to also be able to move across the line of scrimmage, right? Not just being a deep ball threat, so to speak. He's grown and he's talked to me about like he just needed a little more confidence, right? And in Pittsburgh, they didn't more so try to develop him in terms of that, but this coaching staff has done a better job of, getting the footwork right, and his chemistry with Dak has kind of helped as well. And one thing that he also said is like the timing too. They've had to really work on that timing as well, being in that right spot, so to speak. And so, yeah, I think he's invaluable. You got to keep all these pieces on the offensive line. Now, how you gonna pay him? I don't know. I don't get paid enough to figure that out. That's up top. But for sure, yeah, you got to keep GP for sure.
Nicole Hutchison joining us. I know both of us have to run, so we're going to keep this short. But last thing, 3-4-1 right now, second in the division, I think 10th in the conference.
Yeah.
What do you think happens down the stretch of this season?
Well, starts Monday. They got to get that win. I know. What did Shotty say? It's a 1 game season
Yeah.
yesterday, so that's how they're looking at it. They're in that mode, so they got to start with Arizona coming to the bye week. Apparently, they're fixing a lot of personnel changes as well, so we'll see how it all plays out. But yeah, they've got a lot to show on this tape for sure.
All right. Well, Nicole, thank you for joining us today. I know you're very busy, so once again, I appreciate you making time to talk to me.
No, I appreciate you having me on, man. Always, always.